Good morning. We have something very exciting we're doing today. I gotta pop into town, so we are sending our very first postcards here. I'll show you where I'm gonna go in a minute. How exciting! And thanks for following and supporting us. Thanks for grabbing these postcards. We were just saying how wonderful it is to write little notes and to send stamps. Who collects stamps anymore? How great to see Irish stamps coming your way. Next step. Poor old Rooney wants to come too. I'll be back later. Bye. To the post office. Off to their forever home. Thank you so much to Trace and Jackie for supporting us. What a beautiful day to be reaching out to our community. If you want to pick up a postcard yourself, I'd be more than happy to write you a note and send it to you. I just love coming down into Ballydehob. Such a great town, such a great view, such a great vibe. And on a sunny day, it's pretty hard to beat. Ballydehob's famous 12 arches from the old West Cork Railway, which a lot of sleepers and railway iron was used in the building of our house. That's a couple of 100-year-old philosophy of recycling material you've had on hand that myself and Clare are 100% sticking to when we build this house. We've recycled pretty much everything we could find. Keep the costs down, but also do your bit for the environment. Now, back to home. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another epic video here at West Cork Wonder. The last video, you saw myself and Clare bust our back lifting up 25 sheets of plasterboard. Now, they weren't heavy sheets, to be honest, but getting them up this tiny farmhouse stairs was a disaster. We got it done though. We got a little stash thrown in there, one here, a little stash there. We have a big ass stash here. We have a little gnome there going through my tools, and we have a final little stash here. That will be the last job. So the plan of attack is this room, Ashton's room, this sitting room, then the stairs, and then the house is as far as we want to take it for the grant application system, and then we shall look at the landscaping, which will be outside of the application. So what I got to do today is I have everything here except for some backer board. The shower is going back here, so I need to put the backer board on that wall, and I need to put that on before I put any other walls on in here. I could probably do the ceiling of the bathroom, I would say, but in an effort to get rid of plasterboard, I'm going to put a whole sheet of plasterboard here. I'm going to put another whole sheet there, and I'm going to put another half sheet up the top of the gable. That'll free up 3. I'm going to put a whole one down the bottom, another half sheet on the top. That'll free up 5. I'm going to put one sheet there, one sheet there, one sheet here, one sheet here, one sheet here, one sheet here. That'll be 11 plasterboards up, and that's going to free up everything in here and about half of here. So go, go, go. The goal for this episode, or for the end of this week, is have this room plasterboarded. It's difficult to record in here, but we're just going to get it going. This is the plasterboard hoist we have, and it's a very handy hoist, but I can't hoist up anything else except one board here, one board per room, so it's a bit useless. I'm just gonna try and fold it up. Anyway, lots of waffling. Let me get set up and let me get screwing in, get going on the plasterboard. Catch you later. Progress is slow, but it's progress nonetheless. What we have here is one of the walls done and about half of the roof done. We have the beginnings we have the window done, which I wasn't planning to do, but nice one for getting that done. Claire's gonna make that look great with her plaster skills. I have some of this wall done. I am going to leave the top until I put the roof on. I like to put the roof on first, that way if any of the screws come loose, the wall plasterboard can still support it. But firstly, I must go and get the backer board. So after everything we moved up last night, that was because we were trying to avoid it from the rain. My backer board is down in barn number 3, so I'm gonna try and get one at least for this room. I need another one for the other room, but I'll just get one now, see how we go. I could tell you I was just test fitting the piece, but in reality, I was getting the backer board ready for install, because this is the back of my shower. Can anybody see a problem? I forgot all of the plumbing for the shower, including like where the shower head and thermostat's going to go. I don't know how I forgot that. That just tells you you've been doing a few too many late nights and you're getting a bit tired. That, the sun is really bringing out my blonde. I don't know. I think I'll take a little break and... So I'm on Claire's camera. I had to quickly get it. She's trying to get a snaky one away from us, lads. Look at this. Fast one above us.
No, it's not fast. It's a fin meal.
It's a fin meal. Comments below if you remember what that is. We have some lovely grilled chicken. And look at this. We have rocket, strawberries from the polytunnel, and pepper. So while I do the buttery, tasty stuff, Claire's do the healthy,
tasty
stuff. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. Comment below if you want to see more cooking from Claire, and comment below if you've ever had strawberries from your polytunnel in your salad with your grilled chicken. Hey folks, decided to do just a little bit more. After my disappointment that was the backer board not being working, I decided to come in and put up a few more plasterboard sheets. So don't want to do the very top corner because I want to get the roof up. Yeah, this ain't too bad. I have to cut out a huge block down there. All our sewage is going to go that way. All our waste, all our water pipes are going to come back in down there in a big conduit. They're going to go behind, straight through there, behind the, I must cut a little bit out of this pedestal, and they're going to go straight into the shower and come up here. Now, I don't think, realistically, I'm going to get that done in this video. Well, it's certainly not going to be done in this video because this video is going to be finished tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get the plasterboard finished tomorrow. However, I'm not certain whether I will move to plumbing in this room per se. Now, I can't put the hardy backer until the shower and everything is in, but I don't think I'm going to move to plumbing. My son is finishing his junior cert tomorrow, and on Saturday I think he's gonna go for a week or two to my parents. So this is Kira's room. His room then is gonna become available, or rather empty. So I think I might just try to do the exact same business, plasterboarding all the walls up in his room, so that I have a good head start. And when he comes back, hopefully the 2 bedrooms will be plastered up here, and I might tackle the plumbing together. So I'll sleep on that tonight. I was hoping one-stop shop, just get in here and then get out with everything done. But I don't think that's the way we're going to go now. Claire's going to be coming in after me. She's still going to continue downstairs. She wants to do the floors. And before Kira, that's like grinding the floors. She's finished the paint, I think. But before Kira comes back, we would like to have the plaster taped and the compound mixture on, and we would love to have the floors screwed down. So we haven't screwed these down yet. we just wanted to get everything finished first and figure out how we were going to fit them. Wasn't sure on nails versus screws, but I think we're going to go with screws now. So we're going to screw them down. We're going to sand them back. We're going to fill the joints that these are tongued and grooved, and if I was going to do it again, I probably wouldn't do it tongued and grooved in the old farmhouse because the floors just aren't level. So it's quite difficult to get all the kind of corners lining up. But anyway, this Clare's already varnished this twice, so it should just take a light key. We give it 2 more coats of varnish. Now it should be done. So yeah, she'll be quite quick on the paint as well. This would only take her a day, I'd imagine, to give it 2 coats. So yeah, that seems to be the plan.
Good morning! Another ridiculously hot day. But I think we may be getting some rain tonight. I would say it's the first bit of rain we've had here in 5 weeks. The weather has been ridiculous. The summer has been amazing. I mean, literally sun most of the days for the last month anyway. Really hoping to get the whole lot of the hall painted. Then my next thing is just to quickly sand the bathroom. I was going to do that last because there's I need to clear it out first and then paint it. Actually, completely on another matter completely, I made a discovery yesterday. And the discovery was this. And if anybody can tell me what it is, we'd really love to know. This was behind one of the trees here, just sitting there with pots and other plant pots and that kind of thing. I had noticed it a while ago and I didn't know what it was, and I love it. It's in this kind of plastic container which has kind of fallen apart, but it's a massive like bottle. I don't know what was in it or what they kept in it. It's clearly quite recent because of the plastic container on it. I actually can't see lots of slugs and things on it now, but there's no real writing on the bottom of it. But at the top it says, it reads Levant. Yeah, Levant. I have a great plan for it, so stay tuned to see what we're going to do with that. It clearly was in this plastic thing for carrying it. It didn't have any kind of handle. If anybody might know what it is or what it was used for, let me know. Right. So we'll head in and get the sprayer going again. And hopefully we can get a lot done. I get the hallway done anyway. See how we go. I'm going to start this morning just around the door frame so that I don't have to come back to this again and I won't have to tape up the door. You can't help but get like a couple of inches into the door frame, so I'm taping this up now, and then the next time if I come around again, when I come around again, I won't have to do this taping up the door. Around the door will be done. The very bottom half of the room down here, kind of below the window and down, I'm thinking I may not do, because I may leave it until I've done the floor. I just foresee the grey dust that comes off the floor. So I'm going to just leave slightly there to do. So we've got just this tiny piece in front of the front door, and then the whole lot of that hallway. So we'll get that all done today. So I'll start here. Okay, so I've done that and I've kind of gone over it twice. You can kind of cheat a little bit with these paint sprayers. If you go over it twice, you don't need to come back to it. As long as you don't go too much or too close. Okay, Okay, just thought I'd give you a quick update. Do you know, one thing I haven't talked to you about is the bees, and it's been a while, I suppose, since we got them, and they've settled in really well. We're super happy. But because tomorrow is meant to be wet and Thursday is my day for checking them, I thought I'd better come down today and just give them a quick check, because it's not a good idea to check them in the rain. They don't like the rain, and when you check them on a day that's sunny in the middle of the afternoon, most of them are out foraging, so you're not disturbing as many as you would on a cold wet day. Hoping to go in, I might just give you a quick look at everything. I'm doing a full hive check, so I'm going to check the supers and the brood box and just see what we have going on and show you as well. Okay, I'm just going to put on my gloves and get my bag and off we go. Since I trimmed and cut the tree back, everything is sort of grown back now, so it's a really nice little cozy corner, really. They have their runway straight out towards the river, and across the river obviously is where there's lots of wildflowers and that sort of thing. Super happy with the position I put them in, and you know, maybe next year we'll add another hive to it. We'll see how they go. See them all coming in here. So here's my super, my first super. Second frame, not a lot going on. Third frame. So we've got a nice bit of honey coming on that one. Sticking out a little bit. So they're building this burr comb over the frame. Yeah, I'm not sure why this keeps happening. I think I'm just going to have to leave them alone with that. They seem to want to build it out from the actual frame, which isn't ideal for when you're extracting. You can see lots of honey in there. It is a lovely frame of honey. Look at that. That's what you call busy bees. It absolutely amazes me how they are able to build these little hexagonal chambers for the honey. I think it's absolutely amazing. But they are such a lovely bunch of bees. Like, they really have been just super and so quiet. Like, at the moment now, there's one just fluttering around my head. But look at the rest of them. Busy at work. Can't complain, really. Plenty of honey, and they're starting to cap it over. That's the white cap they put on it. So they fill it up and then they cap it over. And when it's all capped over, the frame is ready to be extracted. They're so funny actually when you see them burrowing down into the cells and there's just a bum sticking out. Beautiful frame of honey, looking very nice. So I'm going to put them all back. It's very important that you put them back exactly the same. There's always somebody in the way. Okay. Yeah, so just I'm running out of battery here now, but they're a good bunch of bees. They're not too happy now with me, but the box looks good. We've checked them all. The queen is there. But it's just nice to show you what's going on. So that's the update from the bees. Painting is done in the hallway. All the emulsion paint anyway is done, finished. The ceiling, walls, all done. And I am starting the whitewash here. It's going on much easier than the whitewash in our bedroom because this isn't as lumpy. If anything, it's a bit smoother, even though it doesn't look smooth. So what I've done is I have just scrubbed it down with a dry brush. This wall, of course, has been exposed for until we actually got this back roof on. So this was completely green, completely covered in ivy, like here. So what I want to do, I've scrubbed it, and whatever is left, we are going to whitewash over. So this is just another one of our experiments. But I love this kind of thing because this to me is of its past and I don't want to get rid of that. This wall is just a corridor wall. It's not going to be on show, but at the same time, I just want to hold on to what it was, which was it was an external wall. Never really loved the front of the house the part that was always whitewashed and looked after and maintained. Clearly, this maybe only had, it definitely had whitewash, but it wasn't really ever maintained. And so I just want to keep what it looked like, but also smarten it up because obviously it is an interior wall. I have no idea what's going to happen to these pieces of ivy. They are fixed fast on the wall. Yeah, maybe eventually I might have to get a wire brush and get rid of it, but at the moment I quite like the idea of just covering them up with whitewash and that you'll see the veins running through of the past history. It's the only wall that was covered in ivy because this was all, there was trees growing through all through here. Nothing, this was part of the piggery. There were 2 trees growing in here actually in this corridor previously. And so it was just left to the wayside really. This window we are going to take out and redo. Mike, our neighbour, and Rob have plans for this. The top of the window is actually okay. It's just certain parts of it are not okay. It's an original sash window from the old house, and it probably was in the front at one stage before the house was made into an upstairs. So we've always wanted to keep it. I love the way that you can see the light coming down through it, and also when you go up the stairs you can look down into the corridor. I love the way that it looks through. It's like an indoor window really. So we're going to keep that. As you can see at the time it was just plunked in. There's still holes in the cement and the concrete blocks where it was just plunked in and left. Now I'm just going to brush down the cobwebs on the side. I've brushed the wall but crushed down the cupboards on the side just so I can get this whitewashed. I'm only going to do half of this wall whitewash because we need to return the scaffolding to Rob's dad. So I mean, the bottom side doesn't really matter for now because I can do that from standing up. So it's just a case of trying to get this done, and the whitewash is going on so well I think I'll have it done quite quickly. Down further here we have a funny situation. We don't ever know what went on here. Black and white line at the top of the wall there, about a foot down, was where the original kitchen roof would have come from, and it came out quite similar to how we have the roof now. So that's where the roof was, and then this, we don't really know what this was, but they just shuttered it, filled it with concrete and stuck half a sash window in. We're not going to do anything special with this, to be honest. This will be just sort of plasterboarded up and just flattened just to make it look neat. We haven't done that now, it's not a priority. But for now, I will continue with this level all the way down the wall. I may just get up and just take these marks off where we've got marks of black where the tar was at the top, and then all of this will be whitewashed as well. This is obviously I can't whitewash. I can't, it would be silly to do anything with this now. So when I get a moment, I will scrape all of this off and then we'll think about what we're going to do there. Of course, you have a jut out there, then we don't know quite why. There's a little step there. We're going to make that into a shelf that runs along there, and we can put things up there or we can hang. Really looking forward to being able to just put artwork up here because it's just a super space for hanging pictures. I mean, we couldn't have a better house really for hanging pictures. So all of this whitewash wall will be just as a background to whatever we decide to hang on it. We have another lovely bit of ivy here which will be staying under my whitewash, so it'll be really interesting to see what the veins of that will look like. So it'd be a bit like our dead hedge. It's like a dead wall, kind of revived. in some way. So that's where we are. So I'm just going to finish off this. It's going on super fast. So I'll put you on time lapse and we'll just finish that little part off. So, just brought you up to have a look at this window. So, we don't know a lot about this window. I've covered it in whitewash, which doesn't help. You can't really see. But anyway, it was an old sash window, clearly plonked here. If you see the gap at the top. I don't even know how that seems to have a frame in there that it's connected to. But it had the original sash here. It obviously went up and down. And these holes, which look like at some stage they were birds' nests because there's a pile of sticks in each of them. But it must have been, we think it must have been one of the original windows from when the house was a cottage. And then when they built on the second story, maybe they just plonked it here. I don't know, but it's lovely, and it's a lovely feature to have. And I suppose we could go and get something. We had considered going and getting something, maybe stained glass or something like this, because actually my neighbour had let us know that in one of the farmhouses just a little bit further into Ballydehob, a friend of hers has the exact same farmhouse layout and they have a stained glass window there. So, you know, obviously this was something they decided to make a feature of. Wasn't particularly well put together, but look, either way, somebody wanted it there and we would love to keep it. It's a nice bit of the whitewash done here. Dry, it really, it's just bright white. I think that's what I really love about it. And we've been to a couple of Airbnbs actually where they had whitewashed the inside, and I just think, you know, such a simple idea really for a paint, especially on a wall that is so uneven. So the sprayer works well. It gets stuck every now and again. I'm using a different attachment now, which is meant to be for like fence and outdoor stuff, fences and all that sort of thing. So it can take thicker stuff, but the lime still gets stuck in it. However, it's very easy to clean. It only takes a minute just to take it apart and quickly clean it. So that's where we are. This downpipe here, I didn't really explain what we were doing. This waste pipe. So this waste pipe will have to be sort of blocked in. I'd imagine the way we'll do it, we'll keep the same width of that sort of narrow piece of wall that comes down and bring it all the way down to the ground. I just tried to clean this window and I just seem to have made it worse. So I'm going to get up and just give it another clean. But as I was cleaning it, I was thinking, I wonder did anybody ever get a chance to clean that? Or did they ever give it any love? Because it would have been so high up. Where I am here now, we of course filled in this piggery. So I'm standing a good metre or more at what the ground would have been on. So this would have been completely out of reach to clean. And I suppose at some stage it was actually part of there was a corner here because this was where the kitchen wall ran. So it was hard to get to. I'm sure it was cleaned from the inside. Somebody put that butterfly sticker on it. I don't know how many years ago, but we're going to leave that there for now. But it's just lovely just to give it a clean. I'm actually going to, obviously, I'm going to just get up there now and give another clean of the whitewash and get it off. It's kind of sad really to think that it's kind of done its day really, or we're going to have to somehow do something to it to make it a bit more stable. It's not particularly safe at the minute. So I'm finished here, and I'm going to try and tackle the top of this wall. There are a few black bits that need to come off. This needs to be filled in, so there's no point doing anything with that. But at least I can just flappy disc off the back bits maybe and whitewash that top part. Yeah, and then of course this door also. This is the original, well, we think this is the original front door, but this was on the back. It's lovely because we still have the old lock for it. Rob put a new latch on it, and it needs glass there. And actually this here, where this Tyvek has been taped on just to keep the draft out, we're thinking we would like to put maybe a stained glass window in there. So that's the plan for that. So that's sort of this back wall. So it's a start anyway to have the whitewashing done, and it brightens it up enormously. So yeah, so I'll see how far I go, and what time are we now? 6:30. Might do another hour and just see if I could just get this last little piece of wall done, and that would be the high bits all done anyway, and the rest then can be done from standing on the ground. So I'll leave you there for now. GoPro, stop recording.
G'day guys. Not gonna lie, little bit of a food coma after that sandwich. It was mwah. Today we have fiddly bits up here on both sides. We have fiddly bits on the back on both sides. I am going to leave the back off this section here because I want to fit an electric towel rail, and I want to run the plumbing, so I leave it off for the time being. I need to do the roof up here. I have to do these fiddly bits and all of the ceiling, and I hopefully will get that done by this evening. But it is about lunchtime now. We did start late, and I'm not sure how realistic it is we're going to get that done, but we see. Can do nothing but try. I think I'm going to put you on time lapse again. I'm listening to the Elon Musk audiobook, so I can't really record. Or you hear that? I could be really cool and have those ear pods, but I don't have any, so I gotta listen to the speaker on my phone, which means you go on time lapse. Evening, folks. Camera died. What are you gonna do? This is slowly coming along. I have most of this up. I think the beams are looking incredible. They are really popping. I have one more piece perhaps to do there. Tiny little corner to do there. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to fill in the tops of the bathroom, and I'm going to get that done. I'm going to see then how I'm doing time wise, and I don't know, will I start or will I, tomorrow's editing, I don't know, will I start on the bathroom ceiling? Maybe. Remember, I can't put anything in there because that's backup board. I can't put this plasterboard in until the backup board is in, so I literally just have a little bit left. This is my stretch goal. It's about 6 o'clock now, so I'll see how far I can go. Well, that might be it. Claire's called me for support. I'll be back. Right, folks, just got word from the boss. We are wrapping up tonight. It's 7 o'clock, so a relatively early one. I just now need to but that tiny little bit up there. Sort out the top of the partition wall. The rest of the place is looking superb. And I do need to put one half sheet there, quarter sheet there, and that's done. Then I'm gonna come back. Actually, I'm not. Change of plan, I kind of alluded to it. I'm going to leave this. The next time you're gonna see us, we're gonna be in Ashton's room. He's going for a week or so to his grandparents to celebrate the end of his junior cert. So I am going to get in there and try and finish out the plasterboarding. Then I can tackle both bathrooms and tiling and plumbing at the same time. So I'm gonna leave it there. You're gonna see an incredible sandwich, and I'll catch you, well, 2 days from me. Like, maybe it's like 2 seconds for you. Anyway, look, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Good morning, everybody. Or should I say good brunch, good afternoon from a slightly overcast West Cork. We got loads of rain this morning and it was wonderful. This is the first time it's rained, I would say, in about 5 weeks. And it's great to get a little change. I'll probably be sick of it by the afternoon, but from now it's lovely to see the rain on our green areas. Myself and Claire felt like we had been through a tumble dryer this morning. Our bodies were just bleh. Too many days of too much dragging and stuff. So we decided, rather than jumping to work, we should go to the shop and get something for today's cook. We went to the local Super Value, it's called O'Keefe's. They stock loads of really cool food. Lots of stuff from West Cork food producers. It's a little bit pricey, so what we try to do is get 1 or 2 ingredients which are local, the rest is kind of store-bought. So for today's cook, I have Macroom Buffalo mozzarella. So this is from Macroom, which is slightly west, slightly northy Cork. And they're free roaming water buffalo in West Cork. How cool is that? And this is very, very nice. It tastes, you can palpably taste it's a little bit different to the mass produced stuff. So I'm gonna go for that. What Claire's gonna go for is a local Gabine cheese. This is goat's cheese with honey, I believe. And she's gonna have that. So I've just got some Parma ham. I love this stuff. Sometimes we get it from Spain when my parents come home. It's gorgeous. Serrano ham, Parma ham, any type of ham works. There was a time when we made our own air dried ham, which was gorgeous. It's such an effort. It takes so long to do it. It's just handy to pick up the packets. Claire has some smoked salmon. I got some nice sun-dried tomatoes. I got some nice basil pesto. Claire showed you a recipe last week really quickly, but I didn't realize, but she was using rocket from our garden. So I'm gonna throw in some of that. It's a little bit old, it's a little bit hard, but it's quite tasty. We're gonna go for some of our basil olive oil, and from the O'Keefe's bakery, we have this gorgeous sourdough. So between the sourdough and the cheese, that's gonna be the main part of our meal. It's a quick brunch. Let's get it done fast and we get on to work. So one of the first things you want to do is to check your knife for flexibility. If you remember last week's video, you remember this happened. Actually a filleting knife. So we're going to check for flexibility properly. Hold that thought. So, as I said, we're going to check for flexibility. Yeah. So this knife checks out. We want... So most people would cut this way. I think that's how you do loaves, but I want long slices. I want them from the middle. So I'm going to cut straight down the middle. If I can do it without squishing the bread. That was actually a concerned family member, my father, making sure that I'm not using any dangerous knives. Well, we've done the test, it's fine. So, this is awkward to cut. Is it the right size though? Yeah, that'll do. I was saying I wanted thicker or thinner slices so that the cheese would melt, but I think can't be because I can't cut them thin. Alright. So, tip, if you can't cut bread and don't want to squish it, put it flat. Now it can't go anywhere. You want your knife level like that. If your handle is there, you're going to cut it at an angle, so make sure, if you can see that, make sure the handle is off the edge and then you'll cut it straight. Tips of the trade. Gosh, that was massacred. And you gotta be careful of your sourdough. Look at that huge hole. Cheese is just gonna go right through that. Isn't that right, Rooney? I gotta do an extra big slice to compensate. It's not compensating very well, I have to say. A bit of a disaster. Bit of a disaster. Save them, actually. How is the pesto? It's good. How is the sun-dried tomatoes? Okay. Now, I must empty water. I'm pretty sure there's no cats there. Let some of this mozzarella cheese. I do like sharp knives, but if you're doing anything with fresh fruit and vegetables, a serrated bread knife, it just cuts everything really good. Especially tomatoes. Those are hard. That's my cheese. I don't like cheese. I've never liked cheese. The only time when I was a kid I ever ate cheese was when it was grilled and things like pizzas. And we've actually made our own cheese. Oh, it smells of goat. How can you eat that? Will you have the whole thing, Claire?
No.
Really?
Couple of slices.
Doesn't really slice. A couple of mushes, maybe. One of my favorite meals was we were traveling through Spain and we just pulled into, what was the name of the store, Claire? Mercadona.
Oh yeah.
And we just got some demi-baguettes, some small baguettes, olive oil, fresh Parma ham. Your man cut it there for us. Fresh mozzarella. Best sandwiches ever. Okay, I'm gonna get this going. Just remove all the pieces of plaster and sand from sandpaper. Flame going. I would normally use a griddle pan for this, but we don't have a griddle pan, so I'm not. Olive oil, basil, 1 whole clove of garlic, just because it's tasty.
Can I taste a bit of the goat stuff?
Yeah. You should come over.
No, I'm in my dirty clothes. Gotta cook, you know. I gotta work. No such thing as we can do. Oh, that's amazing.
You could have said it on the camera. You want to try a little bit, Claire?
I thought I over myself. How clever. That's actually amazing.
I gotta try it. Can you taste the honey?
Yeah.
Really?
Because goat's cheese is real goaty. Kind of a bitter taste. And then it just has a sweetness at the end. That's very good.
So our debate here now, guys, is Claire is saying she wants an open sandwich.
Well, I thought that's how you were going to do it, but then I'm forgetting you can't grill it.
Yeah, you can't. Guys, this is smelling lovely. The olive oil and the garlic is just zhuzhing it all up. I was trying to think, will I just assemble mine and just go for it? I think I might. I think I might, guys. Right, so I am just gonna smear the pesto. Because I want this to cook, I'm gonna put some mozzarella down first. Am I using the whole thing? I'll leave a little bit for Claire. Then I'm putting some of these gorgeous sun-dried tomatoes on top. Like so. I suppose I better leave one or two for Claire. And then...
Yeah, I've got to have a go at sun-dried tomatoes.
I need to put some rocket on.
What are you doing there? Your bed's there. It's okay, you don't have to eat the biscuit.
Turn this down a bit because it's starting to... fresh from the garden, folks.
Yeah, is it ready?
Sure is. And to tuck it all in, folks, just so it doesn't fall, I'm gonna go. I feel like there's something else that's meant to go on this. Olive oil. Bish bash bosh. Another little bit of olive oil for the bottom. Another little bit for the top. And we want this cheese to go melty melty. Now let's get cracking with Clare's. Same again, Clare, yeah?
Yeah. It's gonna be like the best sandwiches you've ever made. By the way, I actually do cook. I make lunches.
You make great beans on toast, Clare.
Toasties for lunch.
Just like this toasty, right?
It's not that I can't cook. I just don't particularly enjoy it.
Oh, this is what I'm worried about. How am I going to flip this?
Oh my god.
Look at that.
Unreal.
Just don't want it to burn too much, so. Here we go.
I'd say you could turn it off for a minute.
Union Hall smoked salmon from West Cork. You can't beat the food down here, folks. Go to your store. Ask them to stock West Cork stuff.
This is too big.
No, that's brilliant. This is a gift from my mum. Where do we put that? We put this at the side.
Yeah, we're going to need a lot of big ones of these.
That's what she said.
Except I would like to cut a few of our own trees.
Right, so I reckon mine is done. I'm very happy to see. I don't know, can you see that? A little bit of melted cheese coming out the side there. So now I'd say we're almost ready for Clare's. You don't need oil because that fish is oily.
You can put a top on mine if you want.
I am.
Getting a top on.
Yeah, I am. You can know whether you like it or not. No. Right, here comes the goat's cheese and smoked salmon. Smoked salmon is amazing. We do smoked salmon in lots of things. We just love it raw. We actually also made our own smoked salmon, our own smoked bass, smoked mackerel. But smoked salmon is amazing to cook with. It's great for any smoky flavour. It's great to go in paella. We love it through omelettes and quiches and stuff. It's great with potatoes. Like, salmon is just a great food, and smoked salmon is just the gift from the gods. So I've done toasted ham and cheese similar to how I've done this. I have never done a toasted smoked salmon and cheese sandwich, but we're here to learn and experiment. And if you like what you see, if you want to challenge us to make something interesting, do give us a shout. We enjoy it. This is fun, fun, fun. I can go a bit more. Goat's cheese is melting nicely there. In fact, I think this is going to be a disaster when I flip it. Ugh, gotta go for it. Gotta go for it. That's not that bad. Oh, Claire, I don't think I put any
Oh, you can put it in afterwards.
rocket in yours. Thank you very much, John Shaw, for this suggestion. I don't know, was it a joke, a grilled cheese sandwich? But
It was actually a sarnie.
grilled cheese sarnie. This
Actually, it was
this
just
one's
a
for you,
cheese
John.
sarnie. So we could have.
Maybe I took it a bit far, but I'm really excited to try this. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all morning.
Always in my work clothes.
Well, that means you're working, Claire.
Painting and lime washing is when you're doing these, and you're always in your good clothes.
No, I'm not. Right. What else had we for this? Oh, soup. Do you want to heat up the leftover tomato soup?
Yeah, but I think this is enough for now, isn't it?
Okay.
I don't think we need
She
it.
doesn't want to stop.
Oh, well, not for breakfast.
Right. Cut yours along natural divide, Claire.
You want half of mine and I have half of yours?
I don't like the goatee stuff.
Ah, come on.
Sorry. No goatee stuff from me.
I like to make goat's cheese, but I just don't want
Oh,
goats.
look at that, guys. Dribbling out. Oh, baby. Mmm. Those tomatoes are unreal, aren't they?
Actually, that's really interesting. Because normally you'd have like a cream cheese or something with salmon.
Yeah.
And the goat's cheese is really, really good with it.
The rocket is amazing. Tell me the story about the rocket, Claire.
The rocket was bought from my daughter last year. We made a bed. She wanted to grow spinach, rocket, and cress, I think. So we regrew them, we planted them, and then we just ignored the bed because we were so busy. And then this year I went out and there's the rocket sprouting up again. So it's great. It's actually, this is a really nice one. You can get one.
Did it grow last year?
I think it did, and then with a pile of weeds as well. So not as good.
We had some soup that we were going to eat with this. It's kind of a brunch for us. But yeah, this will certainly do me. Pesto is lovely with the mozzarella. Did you try the mozzarella?
No.
Here, you better try a little bit of that. The McCrew mozzarella. Really, really good. I don't know, am I gonna like this? Oh. No. I mean, it's tasty, but I don't like any sauces in my sandwiches. No mayonnaise, no anything. I don't like sauce in sandwiches. I like dry, hard flavors. Pesto, I suppose, is sauce, is it? I don't know. I hate mayonnaise, anything like that.
Pesto gives it the salt.
So I think the goat's cheese is a bit, it kind of melts a little bit more. I think the mozzarella stays
amazing.
stringy.
Very good. I think we're done. Because I want to eat this and I just without everybody watching me.
Sorry, at this point, I'm just hungry. I'm gonna stop, but thank you so much, John, for the suggestion. It's an amazing meal. Probably wouldn't have done it without the suggestion, so you're really helping us, so keep suggestions coming. Thanks to all the supporters, thanks to all the wanderers, to the Patreon, the comments. Thank you so much to you people who bought the postcards. It means a lot to us that you want to buy something like that, and we love the idea of you guys having something on your wall or in your fridge. And I had fun making that, the little portrait of our house. And I think the next one I might do might be of our dog Rooney, who's just behind you sleeping in the sun. But thanks again for everything, and yeah, we're gonna keep on going, keep on eating, keep on working. Catch you next time.
Slangeful.
Baby.
Man, that's breakfast for me.